Hi everybody, it's Adam with HeartValveSurgery.com, and this is a special surgeon question and answer session all about the top 5 complications after heart valve surgery. I am thrilled to be joined by Dr. Joanna Chikwe, who is the chair of cardiac surgery at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, California. During her extraordinary career, Dr. Chikwe has performed thousands of cardiac procedures, with many involving heart valve repairs and heart valve replacements. Dr. Chikwe, it is wonderful to see you again, and thanks for being with us today.
It's a pleasure to be with you, Adam.
Dr. Chikwe, we're going to be talking all about complications after heart valve surgery, which, as you know, can be very scary and frustrating for patients. And to set the tone for the conversation, I'm curious, are complications after heart valve surgery common?
No, complications are really uncommon after heart valve surgery. Most patients will leave the hospital without suffering any of them. I'm kind of interested, though, to talk about the 5 common ones today.
Dr. Chikwe, let's start with the first complication, which is atrial fibrillation. Can you talk about that?
Atrial fibrillation, which is just an irregular heart rhythm, happens to about 1 in 5 people after surgery, usually for a really short time, that sorts itself out on its own. There's a small number of people that sometimes need medication to correct the atrial fibrillation, and a really small number of people may need a procedure called a DC cardioversion. That's a little bit of electricity to correct that atrial fibrillation.
Dr. Chikwe, great to hear about all of the strategies for managing AFib after heart valve surgery. Another question and complication I get from patients is all about fluid overload. Can you shine the light on what is fluid overload and how do you take care of it?
So fluid overload is really caused by your body's natural reaction to hang on to fluid as a response to any kind of trauma or major physical stress. And the way that we treat that is usually with a medication such as Lasix that allows your body to get rid of that fluid slowly over a few days, even after you've gone home. You'd see fluid overload by looking at your hands. They might be puffy, or your ankles. You can't no longer see the bones in your feet. One way to track it after you've gone home is to weigh yourself every day. If you see your weight going up a pound every day, that's definitely not calories and fat gain. That might be fluid overload. And that would be a sensible reason to call your cardiologist or your cardiac surgeon and just adjust the dose of diuretics that you're taking.
Great to hear, Dr. Chikwe. Another complication is pain. And that's something I personally struggled with as I became addicted to Vicodin during my recovery. I'm curious to know, what are you and the team at Cedars-Sinai doing to help patients better manage pain after heart valve surgery?
So let's talk about pain in the short term while you're in hospital, and then that longer term pain that might interfere with your quality of life after you've gone home. So everybody worries about this incision in the middle and thinks that's going to be the most painful. It actually isn't. You don't have a lot of nerve endings in the middle of your chest. People don't get a lot of pain from this incision when it's closed really well. The chest tubes that sit inside your chest can cause a lot of discomfort, and they usually come out on the first day or second after surgery, and people feel completely different and much better. The little incisions that we do in the side with robotic repairs, those can be quite uncomfortable, and that's why we use nerve blocks to really try and make those pain-free. By the time you go home, you should have so little pain that it can be managed easily with Tylenol or over-the-counter medications. And my strong advice is, if you're getting more pain than that, have an early conversation with your primary care doctor or surgeon, because that's not normal. And we really want to sort it out so there are no long-term issues with needing narcotics and other drugs like Vicodin.
Dr. Chikwe, let's talk about stroke as a complication and a really big concern for patients. What should patients know about stroke after heart surgery?
So the overall risk of stroke for most patients is really, really low, less than 0.5% risk with their surgery. And that's because we have understood and learned so much about how to reduce the risk, based on how we work things up before your surgery, how we perform the surgery, and how we manage things like your blood pressure, your heart rhythm, and your medications after the surgery.
Dr. Chikwe, very helpful. And now let's talk about a complication, that is, what happens if your valve replacement or your valve repair fails? What happens next for patients?
So that's a great question. Let's talk about valve replacements first and then talk about valve repairs. So with valve replacements, if you have a tissue, a biological valve, the chances are that you could expect about 10 years out of it, a bit less if you're younger, a bit longer if you're older. When that valve starts to fail, and that's often picked up by annual echoes, but you might feel symptomatic, that valve can be replaced either surgically or these days through a vein in your leg or an artery in your leg. And the key thing to know is at the time of the valve replacement, your surgeon will be trying to put the largest valve in place with the best technology to give you the longest lifetime out of that valve. Valve repairs are a little different. We know that certainly in the mitral setting, that about 10% of patients may have a slight or a more moderate leak at about 10 years after a good mitral valve repair, and a small minority of them may need another procedure to fix that valve. Again, redo surgery is safe, and most patients, the vast majority, a mitral valve repair is a lifelong solution.
Dr. Chikwe, thanks for sharing all of this great information about complications. And I really want to highlight two things. One, it's all of the strategies your team has put together there at Cedars for taking care of these complications. And two, is something you echoed several times throughout our conversation, which is if you're having a complication, talk to your physician. That was great advice. And on behalf of all the patients at HeartValveSurgery.com, patients all over the world, thanks so much for taking time away from your very busy practice at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles and being with us today.
Thank you so much, Adam. It is always a pleasure.
Hi, everybody, it's Adam. I hope you enjoyed that video. And don't forget, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the next 2 educational videos coming up on your screen, or click the blue button to visit HeartValveSurgery.com.